Patrick.
Thank you.
Patrick. Excuse me.
That's a great start.
Yeah, great start. Talking about names, right? You asked me before what we're going to talk about. First thing I need to address is your username.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning it confused me. It does confuse. I'm still mixing my words up. Connor was confusing him as well. I am McLoughney.
That's my
At.
Yeah.
I am McLoughney, which sometimes can read as Ian.
I didn't realise how common dyslexia is until people would stop me in nightclubs, and people from PR companies would email me, "Hi Ian, love your page," and yeah. So it's I am, right? And there we go.
The studio is falling apart.
All my life, people had great difficulty with my surname. There was all different ways people tried to pronounce. Like I heard everything from mahogany, monopoly, everything throughout school. So like the way I broke it down was Mac, lock, knee. A Mac, like an Apple computer, a lock that you turn your key in, and your knee. Mac, lock, knee. And then just because that became a kind of an in-joke, I am McLoughney, okay? And that then, but like you said, our mutual friend Gary loves to refer to me as Ian, and I've been called Ian since I started doing blogging and modelling and stuff like that. I've been called Ian a lot more often than I've been called Patrick. So,
which do you prefer?
I prefer for Patrick, Tom,
yeah,
Dave. Which do you prefer? So yeah,
I actually we were joking about it on the way up, saying right, we can't call him Ian. And I was doing some Insta stories. I'm following your lead. I'm only started doing Insta stories and stuff like that and sometimes you make mistakes. And of course I go, yes, I'm just great. Going to meet Patrick McLoughney this morning. Looking forward to it. So be really, really good to meet up with Mr. E. McLoughney. Said it without even thinking of it. It's one of those when you're trying not to say something.
I didn't hear it, so
yeah. But I put a correction out there, getting plenty PR. So right, we'll get stuck into it now.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be finally able to do this.
Yes, look, handshake. People listening won't be able. That's a head. That's a head. Come on, you get a shot at that, Connor. But
I'm happy to do this. We've known each other just over a year now.
Yeah.
So I was looking at my memory thingy the other day, like it was this time last year. It was the wedding.
Wow. Yeah.
And we met at Gary's stag. And then just became friends after that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Westport.
Yeah.
It was meant to be. It was just one of those things. It's like, jeez, I like that guy's style.
Yeah.
Well, I said that anyway. But it was. I saw because we were met with Gary to do Mono on his barge there a few weeks ago, and he was just saying that that it's over a year since he got married, and how quickly time flies. And
she's still with him.
I know, it's fucking mental, No, she's just waiting. He's doing well on the business side. She's wait till he builds it up and then take it from him,
Yeah.
But so we met there, and
So I've been on the Limor app, and we'll say I used to do a podcast myself, and we used to upload it to the Limor app and stuff. So
you dipped a toe into the podcast.
I did. I used to be a little bit of a Limor ranter in the beginning. I remember the very first Limor I ever did was driving home from Dublin after the Beauty Blog Awards last year. I was nominated for Best Male Influencer, and I didn't win. So I did a little kind of a 10-15 minute spiel into my phone about how disappointed I was and stuff like that. Trying to hold back a little bit because I was very pissed off I didn't win that. But that was my first ever toe dipping experience into Limor. Was my concession rant about not winning the Miss Male Influencer Award. Yeah.
Great way to start it. And just on that, we're touching on to let people know who are listening who don't know anything about Ian McLoughney, is the
I will get up to
I'm done.
We're done. Do that.
Is your background, what you do now? You do a few things, and that's what I find so interesting about you as well. But one thing that you do is you are, I know you're a male model, male influencer, male.
Yes, I hate that word.
I know you don't like that word. That's why I threw it in there.
I'm a blogger. I write blogs.
Sorry.
I have a website, patrickmclaughley.com, and I put up a blog every week about anything that would be relatable to a man's life. So I kind of get I suppose pigeonholed into fashion and style, but I write about dating, I write about hair loss, I write about weight gain, the gym, diet, exercise, everything that is encompassed in a man's life I write about. And I've been nominated for several awards. I really enjoy that part.
The awards?
No, as in the blogging part.
Oh,
as in sitting down and creating something. I mean, I've had this conversation with you as well. I think like right now, all this kind of online world is a bubble. Everybody's trying to cram their way into it. But like every bubble will eventually burst, and I think that the people who are going to be left standing are the people who are actually creating something.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can put up a picture of their arse or their six pack on Instagram, and you'll get loads of likes and you get loads of followers. But to me, and I know other people agree with that, everything is cyclical. There will come a time when people will tire of that. That will go away. But what will be left will be the people who actually sit down and write something, sit down and record a YouTube video, edit a YouTube channel, create a podcast. The people who have something to offer, the people who have something to create, that's what's going to be left standing. That's the part I enjoy the most about it. Like I've written blogs about my like personal life. I've written blogs about grief. I've lost both my parents. I've written blogs about, we'll say, my experience of having the first Christmas without a loved one. All of these blogs have gotten huge feedback. I've gotten emails, I've gotten letters about those blogs. I met a woman at the opening of a shop one day who just came up to me and said she read something I wrote about grief, and the two of us started crying together. That's a magical moment. That kind of cuts an awful lot deeper than just, me putting up a photo of me walking down the street looking off moody into the distance wearing someone's top. You know what I mean? That's the part of it I love.
Yeah, so I think, like you say, the creating is something you're not. I think what people respond to in that as well is you're creating something not to sell something. You're creating something because you have a message that you want to put out there and share it with the world.
Exactly. And you that's why kind of the word influencer, I don't know, I have it kind of gives me the willies, I suppose, because what is an influencer? You're trying to influence someone to do something or buy something, right? And I won't put my name to something that I don't believe in. I've fallen out with PR companies who want to pay me to endorse something, but I don't believe in the product and I wouldn't use the product. And there was one, I won't name the product because I don't want to get sued, but there was one product that they were saying, we'll give you €250 just for an Instagram post, but I tried it, it made me sick. I couldn't tell people, this is brilliant, try this, it's lovely, because no, it made me get sick. So I turned down the money, I couldn't do it. But I feel like the whole influencer world is just basically like, send me free stuff, give me money, and yes, #SP, I'll tell everyone it's great. And there's a little bit. Yeah,
and I think there's an awakening or breaking out of the matrix when it comes to that stuff. People become more aware of.
I do think though. I think there is a little bit of a backlash towards it.
Yeah.
Happening already.
Yeah, definitely. There was one. I think she was actually. I don't know her name. I think she was an Irish blogger or influencer or something like that. Who did the whole toothpaste picture on the bed. I think she was blogging about toothpaste, and it was literally like a dollhouse. Like everything was perfect. She was perfect, and she said, "I'll just out of bed," and she was actually trying to sell the picture as she was actually just getting out of bed, but it wasn't. There was a massive backlash.
Instagram is everybody's highlight reel.
Yeah.
You don't put yesterday morning when I was getting sick and tough myself in the car.
Yeah, we'll go on to that. Was that after that product that you had that you didn't want to endorse?
No, it wasn't. But I had food poisoning yesterday. I was supposed to come to Dublin last night and stay up here, but I woke up violently ill yesterday morning, and I was driving to a work meeting and got sick and tapped myself in the car. I had to get sick into a shoebox in the car because it was on the motorway and I couldn't pull in. And I wasn't going to put that on Instagram.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't see that sort of stuff on Instagram. You see me on Instagram sitting outside a coffee shop wearing sunglasses, looking all Italian and sophisticated. You don't see me going doing a work meeting in a pukey suit.
Yeah.
So that's the point. People need to realise that, and I think a lot of people do. You only see the best of people on social media.
Yeah.